It's the Go Gopher Podcast with Mike Grimm, episode number 163. I am Mike Grimm, voice of the Golden Gophers, and welcome back to the podcast. This week, we're talking Golden Gopher football with two of our favorites, the Gopher specialist, kicker Dragan Kesich, and punter Mark Crawford, two of the biggest personalities in recent years in this program. They're now ready to try their hand on pro football. They've been working out since the end of the season, and I had a chance to chat with them immediately after their pro day workouts on campus, and we'll find out about the process, what they've heard, what they'll miss about the Gophers, and much more. Great stuff here on the Go Gopher Podcast. We're presented by alumni-owned Sunbelt Business Advisors and True North Mergers and Acquisitions. If you're a business founder planning to exit your business, start by contacting Sunbelt Business Advisors and True North Mergers and Acquisitions. Sunbelt serves more businesses up to $5 million in revenue than anyone, and True North M&A serves companies with revenues up to $150 million. Get it confidential, no cost, no obligation business valuation started today. Make the most of your life's work. Visit sunbeltminnesota.com or tnma.com today. Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union's also a big sponsor of the Go Gopher Podcast. Life math is complicated, and Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union makes it easier with local financial experts available to help in person or virtually. Go to affinityplus.org/Go Gophers for more info. Thanks again to the great folks at Affinity Plus. It's affinityplus.org/Go Gophers. The Go Gopher Podcast is also presented by OnX Maps. Find out how to download the OnX Fish app for free by listening to the Go Gopher Podcast. We're podcasting episode 163 from the Aquarius Home Services studio. We invite you to subscribe to the Go Gopher Podcast. It's free to subscribe and free to listen at any time. That means you can go back and listen to the Go Gopher Podcast from previous weeks. Last episode, for example, we talked to Gopher women's hockey coach Brad Frost, who now has his team into this week's Frozen Four. This week, it's football talk. Kicker Dragan Kesich, punter Mark Crawford. They'll join me next.
I'm Clay Geary, walk-on turned scholarship wide receiver for Gopher football.
And I'm Ben Utek, U of M alumni, Super Bowl champion, and Tony Dungy Uncommon Award winner.
We understand championship culture, which is why we're part of the True North family of companies.
True North invests in only elite teams, like the champion team at Sunbelt Business Advisors, Minnesota's largest seller of companies. To learn more about True North and our diverse family of independently owned companies, visit TrueNorthEquityPartners.com.
Keep the good times rolling without the regrets. Giggly THC beverages are your go-to for bold flavor and smooth vibes. Zero alcohol, no bad decisions. Just THC-infused cocktails, seltzers, and teas packed with natural ingredients and performance-boosting superfoods like ashwagandha and ginseng. Find Giggly at over 500 locations like Total Wine, MGM, and Cub Foods, or shop online at giggly.com. That's Gigli.com. Ready to upgrade your drink game? Use the code Giggly North, as in Giggly Talk North. Giggly North, Gigli North, for 50% off your first order. Giggly, sip smarter, feel better.
It's episode number 163. It's the Go Gopher Podcast, and we're talking football this week with two of the specialists. They're back. We're ready to go. They've been some of our most regular guests over the course of our 163 episodes. Gopher kicker, I guess I got to say former Gopher kicker now, Dragan Kesich, and former Gopher punter Mark Crawford, as weird as that sounds. First of all, thanks for, you guys are long gone, but thanks for spending some time with us.
Hey, thanks for having us. It's good to be back in our roots.
It is. I love this place.
Yeah.
I love it.
So you guys win the Duke's Mayo Bowl in Charlotte.
Yep.
What in the world have you been up to since? Dragan, we'll start with you.
Since then, just been training, getting ready for what we had today, Pro Day. So I moved back home. My kicking coach, Luke Radke, he lives roughly 25, 30 minutes away from me, so him and I got a lot of work in. I was out in Phoenix a lot by Cody Lindenberg.
Yep.
I was out there training in Florida, so kind of just all over, just kicking footballs left and right. So
yeah,
been busy.
And when you say you moved home, you're that's Milwaukee area?
Yeah, the Milwaukee area, Oak Creek, Wisconsin, to be exact. Yep.
All right. And Mark, how about you? What have you been doing since early January?
I too went home, but home wasn't Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
It wasn't a 6-hour drive.
It was Perth, Western Australia. So 3 flights out of Charlotte after the bowl game.
So you went straight from North Carolina?
Straight from the bowl game to Perth, Western Australia, yeah.
Tell them the flights.
Charlotte to Washington, D.C., Washington, D.C. to Dubai, Dubai to Perth.
The flight times.
Oh, yeah, I think D.C. to Dubai was about 10, and then Dubai to Perth is about 14.
Yeah. And
DC to Dubai, I think. Yeah,
Charlotte to DC is about 30?
30 minutes?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. All I know is that I had to pick up my bags again and then go through customs at DC, so that was good fun.
Oh, my gosh. So that's a long time.
Yeah.
Are you just now back for this then? Did you stay there that much?
No, so I'm actually still studying this semester. So I'm wrapping up my master's this semester. So I've been back in class. I took the first 3 weeks from home. I took it remotely, and then I've been back about 5 weeks now.
Wow.
Just training here and getting ready for today, and here we are.
So what's your master's going to be in?
Human Resources Industrial Relations. Nice. So a little bit different to Dragan, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even have
He's
a
doing
master's.
a PhD in kicking football.
Kicking the football. So you guys have been busy. It hasn't been like they were just going to go party or anything like that.
No.
So you referenced today, as we record this, we're in the afternoon hours of Wednesday here, March 19th. And this is a big day. 17 of you former Gophers, and then some others. There were guys from Duluth. There were some guys, I think I saw a couple of St. Thomas dudes there. And some other places, and some former Gophers that had transferred elsewhere that the Gophers allowed to come back. I saw Mike Brown-Stevens,
Michael Lance,
Pete
Doibach.
JJ G'day. I saw JJ G'day. So there were a few guys that were able to come back and work out. I think PJ said there were 72 NFL scouts. Almost the entire Vikings crew was here, head coach, GM, a bunch of scouts. So it was wild. It's just grown so much in the last 4 or 5 years. And it becomes a big, important day for you guys, and I would think for you guys especially, right? I mean, some of your teammates were. I know you were partially at the combine. And technically, I don't know why they kept saying 6 guys.
Yeah, it was like some senior specialist showcase kind of thing.
The day before the combine. But anyway, point being, those guys, many of those guys were able to showcase some of their stuff in Indianapolis and different things. But for you guys, I suppose this is an important day.
Yeah, it was super important. I mean, I came out here, I want to say, like 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And Crawford and I've been sleeping on a couch. Crawford and I have been getting a lot of work in together, just getting the script down. And I mean, it was cool just to see like all the guys that we got in here with like 5 years ago. I mean, like you look at Coop's been here 6 years, but the guys we've been in here 5 years with, them putting their names on the bright stage, like Jack Henderson running like a 4.4, like just seeing these guys thrive and excel was just awesome.
Yeah, there were some impressive showings. You mentioned Henderson. Media guys. What do media guys know? But there were some media guys that are like, man, looking at some of these numbers, he may have gone from a guy that was going to get a street free agent tryout to there might be a team that takes this.
Correct, because he had a 40-inch vert. He had a 4.4, like I think it was like a 4.43 40 or something.
And he can play football.
And he loves football.
By the way,
he loves football.
Yeah.
I mean, that is one of the. In my time here, he's really kind of one of the favorite guys to watch because he's not scared of anything.
No,
he'll go stick his helmet on anybody's kneecap or wrap and tackle, sure tackler. Got the pick 6. I forget which game that was, Nevada or something.
Nevada.
Yeah, one of the two.
I can't remember, but anyway, and then when the time came that it's a pass happy offense, we're going to run a nickel. You're going to have to watch for a little bit. USC comes to mind a little bit. As a good teammate would do, he said, okay, whatever it takes to win, didn't pout about it, and then the next week performed, right?
Yeah, he's the ultimate man.
Yeah. So anyway, there's been many guys like that. Nick Callerup apparently put down a good day today.
And he's a great snapper, great long snapper.
Is that right?
He can snap a football.
He can snap a football.
Yeah.
So that could become maybe a sneaky important deal, right?
And Danny Strigo.
It strikes me as like one of those things where if you're making a 53-man and you're thinking, what else have they got?
Yeah.
There you go. You know what I mean? Like it could come down to something like that.
Yeah, the fringes and those bottom, let's say the bottom 5 spots may come down to 10 guys.
Yeah.
So you have to. How are we going to separate these guys? I've got 2 tight ends. They do similar things. Yeah. Well, this guy could be a backup snapper if our real snapper loses or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, the depth
guy can cover kicks. The guy can whatever. So that's kind of fun. So for you guys, Dragan, take us through your day today. You mentioned a script. You guys have been working on a script. So I assume the team say, here's what we want to see from you, and then you guys work on those skills?
Yeah, so my script, Chase McLaughlin, he was a kicker at Illinois.
Yep.
So he had I got a hold of his workout that when I forgot which team it was, but I got a hold of his script and like with the kicks that he hit with when he went and worked out with this team. So I sat down with Coach Legg, him and I looked at the script and we eliminated some kicks, so we didn't have like 20 kicks or whatever it was. We eliminated some, and then we got down to like 13 kicks, and then for the past however many weeks we've just been hammering that script home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I noticed, too, you were working on kickoffs.
Yeah, kickoffs as well.
Like, I've always wondered, like, this guy's got, like, 70 kickoffs this season, and, 62 of them were touchbacks. I think we know he can kick it. But so what are you trying to show today just off the tee?
So, I mean, just let it fly on a couple of them. And then on one of them, it was there's a new kickoff rule where, like, some teams are looking for it to, like, squib it so it hits inside the landing zone and it kind of bounces all over so you don't know where it's going to go and the returner can't really get it. So I've been working on those. And
was that the knuckleball you hit?
Yeah.
Because at first I'm like, he didn't hit that.
No, that was on purpose.
Okay, good.
Yeah, the fact it went to like bang inside the 20 was, I was thinking that thing looked like a normal kickoff, and it landed exactly where he wanted it to.
So it was,
how much has Lig helped, too? Because he's got some NFL experience and knows kind of what to look for in these pro days.
That man has helped me tremendously. He has so much knowledge when it comes to kicking and punting. He has so many resources when it comes to needing help or asking questions or anything like that. He knows a lot of people. Like, when I went down to the combine, everybody's like, hey, how's Lig? Like, all the coordinators, all scouts.
He's coach for basically every team in the league.
Hey, how's Lig? What's Lig up to? Hey, how's Lig? So, I mean,
by the way, I'm Dragan.
So he's awesome. I mean, I can't thank him enough. So shout out Lig.
So take me through your day. So you had the 13 kicks on the script. I saw you hit a 65-yarder. The crowd went nuts.
Yeah, shout out Crawford because it was a great hold. You can't hit that 65 if it's not a great hold. So it was. I'd say it was a decent day. Kickoffs went well. Field goals went well. There's obviously some you want back, but at the end of the day, like, it's over. Nothing you can do about it now. So I'm happy with it. Croft held great. He showed he can hold for a lefty.
That's an important part of it too. There's again all these things,
it all goes together.
Any skill you can show. You mentioned Michael Lance. He was a teammate. Played at USC this past year. I remember watching USC, and who did they open with? Was it LSU? I think.
It was.
And they came back to win it.
Yep.
And that was opening weekend. And I'm watching that game. It was like on a Sunday night of Labor Day, and he missed a kick right before half. Remember, they drove down.
Yep.
And they said Michael Lance, and I was just walking out of my living room to go grab some stuff in the kitchen because it's halftime.
Yeah.
And I stopped dead in my tracks and said, hold it a second, Michael Lance. So I grabbed my phone as I'm walking in. I'm like, Michael Lance? That is our Michael Lance.
It was.
So have you stayed in touch with him a little bit? And what was it like to see him today?
Yeah, so we still have a group chat, a specialist group chat from our freshman year that's active every day.
Still goes.
Every day.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Lance and I mean, we don't like talk every day, but like sometimes we'll shoot a text message here and there. But so he went here, medically retired, took a year off, went to Georgia Southern, played 2 years at Georgia Southern.
2 years there,
transferred to USC. So, I mean, he's had a hell of a journey.
Wow.
But, it was awesome to see him again, and he did great. So.
Is he close to Crawford's age? I mean, how long?
I don't know if anybody's close to that. Crawford's like 34, right?
Yeah, something like that, right?
And so he was
31,
back,
I believe.
I think it's kind of cool that the Gophers allow some of those guys that have been here to give a chance to showcase. Did they not have a USC kicking day?
They did. They had a USC pro day.
So he just wanted a double dip?
Yeah, he wanted a double dip. And it's cool like seeing guys like Mike Brown-Stevens.
Yeah.
Like he was like one of the homies when he was here, so it was good to see him again.
It's funny because he ran, so I was watching the 40s, and I have no idea how to. I'm not timing. I'm just watching, and guys run by, and I looked, and I'm like, just for a second, because he hadn't been around for a minute, I'm like, God, I know that guy. I know that's not Elijah Spencer. He just ran. Who is this guy? And then an hour later, I'm walking back. Oh,
bang! Mike Brown-Stevens.
Mike Brown-Stevens. That's who it was. And I saw G'day, and I knew I recognized him right away. But that's kind of cool.
Just I'm a better basketball player than Mike Brown-Stevens, and he had offers out of high school.
There's video proof.
There is video proof.
There is.
So like, if you guys want to see it,
could you beat him in like a game of horse or something?
So we did it was like a best of 7 series. It was 3-point contest, free throw contest, around the world, horse, half court shots.
That is a full day.
I won in game 7.
Yeah, that's
which was half court shots. So I won
right to the end.
Yeah.
We've asked you this before on that with basketball players. Anthony Smith's a good one. Who else is good on this team?
Kendrick Lanier.
Yeah,
apparently he's really good. And
Schick's meant to be good.
Yeah, Schicken Jansky's not good.
He scored like 50 in a high school
but I played against him and he's not that good. I don't know. I feel
like the benchmark of are you good or not?
There's got to be some new some new transfers that got to be pretty good too. So I'd be excited.
Was pretty good back in the day.
Crab was good. Him and I would go and he'd teach me how to dunk.
Yeah.
And I finally got up there.
Yeah.
But yes,
is Jackson Howard good?
I have no idea. I haven't heard anything about him.
I'm trying to remember guys that
apparently Ethan Robinson's pretty good.
Yeah.
Christian Hoskins was pretty
Ethan
good.
Robinson inverted
42
or something.
Yeah, 42 inches. Yeah,
he predicted 43.
Yeah.
and got 42, which is pretty dang good.
When Croft was warming up, Croft got like a 39.
Is that true?
Absolutely not.
What script do you follow then as a punter for today on the workouts trying to impress?
Dragan Kesich's script. No, I was pretty much just different parts of the field. Obviously, it was a little bit restricted in terms of how we couldn't use sort of the whole field per se.
Yeah.
So we flipped it halfway through. So we started just kicking out of from about the beginning of the end zone up to about the 15, 20 yard line. And then I flipped it around and stood, at about the 30 and then had the going in punts. So, a mixture of both. But with the way the rules are, with the new kickoff rules, I mean, odds are that field position will end up being, pin them deep as opposed to flip the field per se. So, I think it'll be interesting split about halfway down the middle and go from there. So I had 11 punts today.
And then when you punt, is it all on you or was there somebody out there saying, hey, we want to see?
It was just on me. It was the same for Dragan. I think it was just all on us today.
And the guys are just taking notes.
If there was someone there, we would have happily sort of done what they wanted to see instead of what we had planned. But it was just go with it and have a relaxed train of thought.
Was there part two? I didn't get to see a lot of it, but was there a part where you just let it rip too? Just like, okay, here's as far as we can spiral it down there?
At the start, I had 5 punts where it was sort of an open field. I had, 90 yards, 95 yards in front of me. And then after about 5 or 6 of them, flip it around and sort of move back, sort of started around the snap. The snapper was on the logo. Nick Callerup was on the logo. And then he went further and further in until it would have been field goal range.
Yeah.
Well, if he kicks a 65, then I was thinking, all right, so I'm probably going to be, I'm just never really going to punt. So.
Exactly. As you work on that and then you look at your body of work here, Mark, with the Gophers, a lot of what you were asked to do was make sure that there wasn't a return, right? So you would, punt it down there 44 yards, make sure they fair catch it, and we'll be satisfied with that.
Yep.
So how much other things did you want to show to guys that, I can do? Not that that's not valuable, certainly.
Oh, no, correct.
Win a bunch of games,
I know what you mean.
I can rip one for 68 yards or whatever.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was pretty much half of what I was looking to do today, really. Have the whole field in front of you, hit a ball that, can certainly flip the field and go from there. So, NFL rules slightly different to college rules with how all that works. So, probably for myself personally, like location's pretty important in a lot of aspects, and then go from there. So.
Yeah. And then you guys, over the course of your time, you got on the same page with a couple of the gunners where you would kick it, they'd catch it at the 5 or the 4 or the 6 or whatever. And obviously, I don't know if today was an ability to show. I don't know if you had a runner out there or not, or a gunner or whatever.
Yeah, today was probably more just keep it out of the end zone, see what we can do, see if we can put it out of bounds, or see if we can see if we can have it kick back. So it was good fun. We got a few of them.
Were you generally pleased with how the ball came off your foot?
I mean, it was kind of. I'm sure you remember, Dragan. It was so quick. You're sort of thinking like, all right, that ball's I've hit that one. All right, what have I got to move here now, and then I'm doing that. So. By all accounts, I felt pretty good. So, I mean, normally when you feel pretty good, it is not bad. So it's never, as Dragan said, you probably want a few back, and at the same time, it's never as good as you think. It's never as bad as you think. So, I guess we can review the film at some point and go from there.
Now, punters don't get drafted very often, right? That's just the reality of it. So, what will your next little time be? Will you just keep working on the leg, talk to teams, and at some point, hope that somebody's going to get me into a mini camp, a rookie camp?
Yeah, great question. Yeah, that's probably the move. I mean, talking with Marcus and things like that at Go for Football, my age is actually a genuine concern when it comes to drafting me at 31. So I was like, don't worry about that. Like, I'm also a punter, so it's not like I'm a guy that would be like, I'm not like an edge rusher.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So in terms of that, just looking for opportunities to compete on some level at a team or work out or something. So, and then there's obviously the CFL, which you can make a decision there about what the move is.
Right. And kickers will get drafted sometimes.
Yeah.
What have you heard from teams, Dragan, and where? What will the next? What is it? 6 weeks or so from the draft now?
Yeah,
7 weeks.
Yeah. Now it's kind of just a waiting game to see what's going to happen. I mean, I'm excited about this opportunity and things like that. Getting drafted is cool, but being like a free agent, anything getting picked up by a team, just given an opportunity to compete. That's what I'm looking for. So whatever's open, whatever comes, I'm willing to work and willing to get down with the nitty gritty, as they say.
No doubt. Nitty gritty time.
Yeah.
So the combine, you had 6 teammates go to the combine proper.
Yep.
The day before, you were in the same facility. For whatever reason, they don't count that as the combine.
Yeah.
Were you able to still meet with teams? I saw the highlight. Was it Pat McAfee?
What a guy! Let's put it that way.
Yeah, but you booted a long one, and he had some sort of viral reaction to it.
Yeah, he didn't speak in complete sentences in that video. It was. This is what he said. It was side panel from 55. Impressive, big leg.
What's side panel mean?
Like the laces were sideways, not facing forward.
Okay.
So you hit like the side of the ball. So that's what he said to me. But it was awesome to have him there. It was cool because all those guys that were at the combine, I know. So being out there and being able to kick with them and hit with them. I got to see Cody while I was there.
Yeah.
Talked to D-Jack while I was there, Ariante while I was there. So it was an awesome experience. I'm grateful to be a part of it.
Do teams talk to you guys too?
Oh yeah. So we did. We had we were in a room, and it was like all coordinators. There's so many people in there, and it was kind of like a round robin. There's I think 10 different tables set up with coordinators and scouts at each table, and you had 10 minutes at each table, and you would kind of just round robin.
Yeah. Gosh,
so many questions, but it was so fun.
What were? Give me an example. Were there any just totally weird questions? Or
No, there was one we got on the subject of beer. They asked me what my favorite beer was, and I was like, do I lie and say I don't drink beer, or I'm 23 years old? Do I just say I drink beer?
Or you say,
Yeah, so I was like, they're like, what's your go-to beer? And I was like, Corona, just a nice Corona with a lime. They're like, ooh, soft pick. And I was like, and I was like, being a Wisconsin kid, you can't go wrong with a spotted cow.
Being a Wisconsin,
great choice.
I've been drinking since I'm 9.
I was like, spotted cow. They're like, yeah, that's a great choice. So it was fun. It was
yourself in the.
It was all fun. I like being asked questions like that. And just kind of messing around. So that's my forte.
And today you turn the tables. You actually asked Cody a couple of questions.
I did.
Availability.
Yeah. So so I asked him what his favorite Gopher memory was, and then I asked him. So I went out to Phoenix twice. So and every time I was out there, I saw him because where I was training, it was 20 minutes away from him. So one time he made a steak, and it was really, really medium rare, which is how I like it.
Yeah.
So then I asked him, I was like, hey, Cody, how do you like your steaks done? And he's like, I forgot what he said, medium? Yeah, man. I was like, oh, whatever.
Medium rare is the way to go.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I was also going to ask him, if you can cook a sausage upside down, because that's a question we have. Is it really upside down or is it not? Like a brat? Can you cook a sausage upside down?
The Wisconsin guy should know that.
Yeah. So I was going to ask him that, but I was like, I'll just leave it at 2 questions.
It was good. Cody did a good job today too, and got to run and because
20 on bench.
Is that what he got?
Yeah, 20.
Because he didn't get to do a lot of that because he was still recovering.
Yeah, he didn't do anything at the combine.
He talked to teams, but that was about it. So definitely good for him. So it's kind of a fun time for you guys in terms of just I don't know, is it there's excitement, is there also some anxiety, is there some uneasiness, is it comfort? What Mark, what's your emotion right now?
Well, right now it's kind of there's a little weight off your shoulder. It's kind of all right, I've done what I can, and let's see what happens. If opportunities present themselves, you got to take them moving forward. But in terms of pro day is a strange one. I'm sure you experienced it as well at the combine, but it's kind of 2-3 weeks out, you start thinking about it a lot more. And then all of a sudden it becomes all right, I can do this, I can do that. And then once you get within about 48 hours, you sort of think, well, this is how it's going to be. I'm not going to go out and kick again before I go to pro day. I can't really do anything else. I just got to make sure that I do what I can to rest properly and feel my best for go time. And fortunately, I was feeling pretty good today, so I must have done something right.
Yeah, right. No doubt. And your emotions?
It's kind of, like Croft said, a little weight off your shoulder, but it's also kind of bittersweet because, realistically, I don't know when I'm going to see these guys again.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to Wisconsin. I'm going to train, and whatever happens. Obviously, we're going to stay in touch on text and stuff like that. But
you'll be back.
Yeah, but I don't know when. So
you could argue you'll never kick a ball in that building again.
That's what I'm saying. I could argue I'll never kick a ball again. You know what I mean?
In that building. You'll kick again. I'm just saying you kicked in that building today for pro day.
Correct.
Put on a show.
Yep.
And you could come back on alumni day and just have some fun, just boot some things up there. But in terms of performance, that's it for that building.
Correct. That's why I'll never forget when I was here on my official visit in 2019. in that building, I fell asleep at practice. I was wearing these like cheetah print pants.
I wasn't here for that. I would have grabbed it.
I fell asleep during practice, and that's like how my career started because I committed the next day, and now it just ended 6 years later. And it's like, I mean, it was an awesome ride. Bittersweet, but I mean, I enjoyed every single second of it. I wouldn't change it for anything.
Yeah, you know, and it's funny because everybody, you guys are higher profile, but everybody, your classmates, now some of them might not be 32 years old, but if you're
31,
you're 31, if you're a senior in college or you're wrapping up a master's degree, everyone kind of is going through this anxiety at this time of year. Hey, when May hits, I got to go I'm going to be a computer science guy, or I'm going to be a insurance salesman, or whatever it is. It's just you guys happen to fall in line with people that are paying attention.
Yeah, and it was even weird, like being done after the bowl game, or no, it was before the bowl game because we got a couple days off before Christmas. Yeah. I rented a minivan and I drove everything out of my apartment home, and I was like, this is such like a weird feeling. Like I went from being on my own for 5 years to moving back to Oak Creek, Wisconsin with my parents. So
you're in your parents' basement.
Oh my God, it's unbelievable.
I mean,
parents' first floor.
It's interesting because obviously you have that experience where, you know, but you can drive to
load the minivan and go.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, if I go back to Australia and I was to work in Australia, when will I ever come back to the US?
That's what I'm saying.
Let alone Minnesota. And it's, I'm not going to leave just yet. Let's put that way. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, because you're in a little bit of a different situation from just a distance deal.
Yeah,
this isn't like, hey, hop in a minivan in 5 hours. I see my buddies. I see my family.
It was a great minivan, though. It was a great. What brand was it?
Look, man,
what's a brand of minivan?
Well, there's all kinds of them. I mean, there's the Chrysler.
No, it wasn't Chrysler.
That they invented the minivan.
Yeah, it wasn't Chrysler. It was
a Kia. There's a Dodge. There's a Toyota.
I'm gonna look it up.
Ford.
I don't know. It was.
Keep going back to your question. I'm gonna find it out.
You're gonna find it. All right.
Well, I moved all of my stuff to storage.
Sure.
Like I rented a public storage space, and I just
now you're throwing it.
Pacifica.
Oh, that is a Chrysler. I think
It is a Chrysler. Yeah.
That's the first thing
they invented minivans. You know?
Great minivan.
So you're dropping money just to store your stuff right now.
I mean, not a whole lot. I mean, I'm also still living in Minneapolis, so just staying in a different place. But initially, when I went home, I didn't want to pay rent for five weeks, so moved out and decided I'll figure it out when I get back here. And yeah, it's different. It's different, that's for sure. And then I think, well, if I ever go home, what do I do with this stuff?
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Garage sale,
just
maybe.
9 boxes of stuff.
I'll take it.
I mean, if you want to keep it, you probably have to ship it, right?
It's probably $4,000.
$40
million.
You just might have to just keep paying the store for storage.
Yeah, exactly.
Real quick, let me mention a sponsor, then we'll continue with our conversation here with two of our favorites, Dragan Kesich and Mark Crawford. Affinity Plus is your local credit union. They proudly serve Minnesota. They've been doing so since 1930. If you're a current Gopher student or a proud Gopher alum, that makes you eligible to join a financial that wants to build a meaningful banking relationship and put you first. Meet with a local employee at any of their branches statewide, including right off campus in Minneapolis. To learn more and find other ways to connect, go to their webpage. It's affinityplus.org/Go Gophers. That's affinityplus.org/Go Gophers. And they also have an award-winning mobile app, so check that out. It's Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. People-centered banking, perfect for Gophers. We want to thank them. This is your last hurrah on this one, guys. You guys each got a gift card.
We did. Thank you very much.
Affinity Plus.
Big time.
Now it's on to even bigger and better things from here.
How much bigger can you get than the Golden Gopher Podcast?
I mean, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. Technically, this is the Go Gopher Podcast.
Oh, my fault.
Guardsy hosts the Golden Gopher.
Oh, I take that back then. I take that back. The Go Gophers Podcast. How much bigger can you get than that?
This is the pinnacle right here. No doubt about
This is
it.
peak.
This is peak.
Well, as we talk about that, Mark, I want to follow up because of your unique situation for a number of reasons, right? Mm-hmm. You didn't know that much about American football when you got here.
Yeah.
Now you've met all these people that are going to be friends for life, teammates for life.
No doubt.
You've got family and friends back home. You want to punt in the NFL. Hopefully that works. And then when it's all said and done, eventually, how do you decide, like, you're right. If you say, you know what, I'm going to go back home, no one could blame you for that.
No,
then the question is, it's going to be few and far between that you'll be able to probably get back here. On the flip side, it's the other way. I'm going to stay in Minnesota or stay in America.
Yeah.
And then you've got people over there saying, hey, come visit us.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a strange dynamic because I graduate in May, And then obviously football opportunities are sort of what you're after. But then corporate jobs with my 2 degrees now would be pretty valuable in the US, especially in Minneapolis, considering I graduated from the U here. So that's something that I would look into as well. And then you got to sort the visa out. And then some people say it's too hard, I'm going home. You know what I mean? So I'd love to stay in the States for another couple of years, at least in any capacity, whether that's football, whether that's working outside of football, whether that's, just finding a way to stay here. But also have come to the conclusion that, going home is never going to be a bad thing. So I'd love to stay in the States for now, though, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. And obviously, I won't ask you the specific guy. You were telling me this story, so we'll just say, because every team has an Australian punter, a guy that you knew. You were telling me he enrolled, and then he just decided to buy a house. Yeah. Now he's getting married, right? So he's kind of stuck. He's got to stay in America, right?
Yep. The Illinois punter.
Okay, you're going to out him. Okay, I didn't know if you wanted to name
Robertson.
Yeah.
I don't care if he wants to be outed or not. Here he is. Yeah, no,
it's amazing.
I think he started with the truck. He was like, geez, these trucks are pretty cool, because we don't have we just got the F-150s or something back home. So
yeah, Pacificas?
Yeah. We must, no doubt. I mean, Chrysler started. So he started with the truck, I think, and then, the girlfriend came with that eventually, and then all of a sudden the house, and he's thinking, well, now I may as well just keep living in Champaign. So awesome deal. Yeah.
And he played this year, right?
Yeah,
so he's in your boat trying to figure out if he can.
He's older than Crawford.
Yeah, he's older than me.
Yeah. Were you the second oldest player and he was the oldest?
I don't think I was the second. I was either the third or fourth.
Okay.
There was a couple of guys older than me, I think. But either way, top 5.
And what did you tell me? He was a cop for a while first?
Yes, yeah.
Like he was a cop in Australia and said, hell with it, I'm going to go punt.
Yeah, punting football seems pretty cool. Like and I wanted to study, so yeah.
Yeah, you know what Croft did before he got here?
Played cricket, right?
Nah, he worked on sprinklers.
Yep, that too.
Yeah. So you mean like the lawn irrigation?
Yeah, lawn irrigation.
Every time we're walking from the facility or we're walking the Qdoba or something, he'll there'll be a sprinkler on, and then he'll push in the ground and be like, how long do you think it is? I'm like 6 inches. He's like, 8.
Say, no.
So you go out and replace or fix or set up. Those.
I mean, it's the market and the climate is a bit different in Minnesota for irrigation, but Perth, Western Australia, it went all right. It's kind of more like California vibes, where you probably need it, 7-8 months of the year at least.
I'm not wrong, right? You did play cricket too.
Correct. Yeah.
Like pro cricket.
That was pretty much. Yeah. It was. I never played what they classify as a professional game, but there were contracts and things involved that made it pretty much as close as you can get. So
gotcha. Yeah, crazy. Cricket and lawn irrigation. What a background. Yeah. And now 2 degrees.
Hey.
Crazy.
Utility knife.
That's true. And you can punt.
Yeah, and you can punt.
Amazing. And hold.
Both righty and a lefty.
Yeah. So they had you holding today as part of this. Was that one to help, these kickers out, but was it also to showcase that you're holding?
Honestly, for me, it didn't really have anything to do with that I could show them. I mean, I was sort of just doing what I could to put Dragan in the best position. So that was what we agreed on, I think, after the bowl game, pretty much. Hey, let's get some work. I think it would look better if, we have an operation like that compared to something off, stationary sticks where, you don't have, you can look at the ball the whole way back. So that was what we decided on.
So it is, you mentioned, Dragan, it is kind of from a Gopher standpoint. You'll always be Gophers. You'll always be M-Men. You'll always be welcome back, all that stuff. But it is winding down. So have you guys had a chance to also kind of decompress from it all and think about what the experience has meant for you guys here, wearing maroon and gold and creating friendships like that?
I ain't going anywhere yet. Let's put it that way.
Across here a little bit longer. But yeah, definitely I've just been thinking about all the memories and moments that I've created here, and just everything that's went down from, game winner against Nebraska, game winner missed against North Carolina, Taco Bell trips.
Yeah. Did you just go do something to it, Taco Bell? What, you won an award or something?
Hold on a second.
Yeah, he's got it. I knew this would get to. Now, while you're looking at
I'll show you
4 field goals at Iowa. Look at that.
Metal Taco Bell card. Thank you very much.
Wow. So what does that do?
Gives me tacos.
Forever?
Nah. It's like $500.
Oh, nice.
And I can just go. I'm already a fire tier member, so I get free food and stuff, so it's kind of dope.
Outstanding. So what was that?
It was so after I missed the game winner against North Carolina, we started that 2021 where me, him, and Derek, the captain, every game would just go. And then so after I missed against North Carolina, I think you told Coach Fleck that we went to Taco Bell or something like that. Yeah. And then the next game against Rhode Island, came back and had a good game. And then Coach Fleck in the press conference was like, Taco Bell heals a lot. Some cheesy gordita crunches help solve some issues or something like that. So they told me at the event that we beat out Oklahoma football, and Devontae Adams was supposed to give me the award, but he didn't.
He didn't show.
Didn't he get traded?
He got cut that same day. So it was kind of unfortunate.
But because we talked about that when you were on the podcast, maybe the last time about then the group kind of grew.
Because then there's at one point there was 15 or 20 of us going. Coach Lig would go with us every time.
The best was after UCLA. We obviously come back from
7:30 a.m.
We were down 10-0 at halftime. Forge our way into the lead at the end. Then we get back, it's already, the sun's coming up, and we got 15 guys at the Taco Bell.
It was unbelievable. But I look back at just things like that, moments like that I'm just going to tell my kids about. And every time we come together, if we have a reunion or some sort, we're just going to talk about things like that. So it's, not everybody gets to play Division I football, yet alone make memories like that.
Yeah,
so.
I mentioned the 4 field goals in Iowa City a couple of years ago. You're the first guy to get to the pig. And then as you started to lift it, you realized I might need some help here. And so
1 million pounds.
98 pounds, I think.
Because Tyler Nubin was standing right next to me. He's like, hey, where is it? And I told him it was behind the upright, even though I knew it wasn't. It was the left a little bit more. I'm like, it's behind the upright. So if you look at the pictures, he's running behind the upright, and I'm running to the left. And I get to the thing, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't lift it. And then I think Theo was right there after, and bang, we lifted it up. That was one of the greatest days ever.
He was here. Tyler was here.
He leaves today, unfortunately, but he got here yesterday.
To see him, I didn't get a chance to go say hi, but and then 4 field goals this year at Illinois, right? Yeah. And that's a big win. People, I think, underestimate that Illinois team is a good team. In fact, if the Gophers don't beat them, there's fringe playoff talk with that group at 10-2, probably.
Yeah, correct. I remember that game like it was yesterday, because I was going into that game, I was struggling. We obviously all know I was missing going into that game, but then Crawford, having him on my side was an astronomical help, because we got there, and then we got to the very last field goal, the 4th field goal. Yeah, bam, penalty on Ariante, and I was like, oh, here we go. So then it became a 47-yarder. And I never talk smack on field goals. I don't like doing that. I like staying in my place, But after I made that one, I let him have it. I had to. That felt so good.
Well, we hadn't won down there in a while, so it was good to win. Like I said, it was an underrated win. That was
big time, because they were ranked 20th at the time, right?
Yeah, a road win against a ranked team.
Yeah,
very diligent team.
Fire, and we won by 8, right?
I think that was
right. A Josh strip sack.
Daddy Strickle on the ball. Exactly. You sound like the announcer. And my favorite part about all those field goals, of one, you get 3 points for it, is Crawford's reaction. And I'm telling you, this is the truth, honest to God truth. So announcers have this issue, because from where we're at, it is hard to know exactly if it goes through or not.
Correct, yeah.
So I have had to and refs take forever to signal. They look at each other, they stare, they look, and
make sure there's no flag.
And I just instinctively, as an announcer, you want to get the info out as quick as you can. So I have gotten to look for a couple of things. Extra points for sure. I just look at the students or whoever, and if we're home and they all throw their hands up, I know it's good, and I just say it. I feel confident enough. And then for longer field goals, it might be dicey. Sometimes it happens.
Correct.
Oh, not quite. It's Crawford. By the end of the year, I knew I was watching Crawford, and he would have this double. And so the kick would be halfway there, and I'd be going, "It's good. It's good."
It's either that or stuff.
Great. So was that always, or did that just become a thing this past year?
I think it's been around. I think
it started with Nebraska.
Yeah,
if you look at the picture when he's like,
and then everybody celebrated with you because you went off.
You know, they actually asked me about that at the combine.
Did they?
Yeah, they were like, hey, so what happened in the Nebraska game? I was like, we won a game, 47-yard game winner, and they're like, what else happened? And I was like, dude, what happened in that game? And they're like, did the team pick up your punter and hold her? And I was like, yeah, they got the holder. What? I was like, similar body types, 6'4". I mean, I'm 240, Croft's 210. They actually asked me about it. I'm like, dude, what in the world?
Why would they ask about that? Just because they thought it was funny?
Yeah. They all just started laughing. I never told you that. I forgot to tell you that. Yeah.
God,
so good.
Yeah. Yeah, so everyone, you kind of went just to the right a little bit. You Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Which that's one of my favorite memories, too. But those are going to be kind of some of the things you guys talk about forever. Like you come back for Alumni Day or homecoming or whatever, and you'll be talking about those things. I'm guessing, too, and I hear this from all former players and some that have been gone now for 15 years and some at other places I've covered that have been gone for much longer, that the discussions will mostly focus on locker room deals, video game deals. Yeah. You're going to be talking trash to somebody about a basketball game, right? Those kind of things.
No doubt,
right?
Listen, me in the locker room, I just not on the field so much, but in the locker room, I love talking smack. So when it comes to like Bucks basketball, even Timberwolves, like if they're playing like the Orlando Magic, I'm just like the biggest Magic fan, just so I can talk smack. You know what I mean? So it's like just stuff like that. Being able to have friendly banter in the locker room is
special.
Yeah. Top tier.
But it's cool because it brings a lot of guys that are competitive but aren't really that sort of extroverted. So he'll fire up guys that are really like introverted and kind of to themselves. He's like, "Hey, what do you say about the Rockets?
Yeah.
What do you say about the Rockets?"
You're going and then So that's always good.
I think it'll be one of those things too. You might, like you said, you may go several years now between or months anyway between seeing guys. I have this. I'm way older than you guys, where I'll go see my old high school buddies, and it's like time. It's a
Pick
throwback. Like you just like there's no time. It wasn't 8 months or a year. It was like we're back in whenever. So I'm guessing that's what it'll be like for you guys.
Yeah, I'm interested to see.
I'm starting to experience some of that. When I went home, I caught up with one of my best high school friends, and even elementary school into high school. He's like married, has a house and a kid. I'm like, what's up, man? And then it felt like, we were back in the 8th grade just hanging out after school.
But does he have a master's in human resources?
No, but he's got a house and a wife and a kid. Another one on the way.
That's awesome, though. That's the life experience we all talk about for sure. All right, so I asked Dragan about the Illinois game. I think we talked with you on the radio about this, and I know on the airplane afterwards.
Yeah.
We won the game, so we can talk about it now with some laughter.
No doubt.
The fake punt. Fake punt. So walk me through again how that all unfolded. You just missed it. I mean, you were not even a yard short.
2 yards short.
Was it 2 yards? Okay. I was trying to help.
If it was 4th and 10, he gets it.
Yeah, facts.
So how much have you guys talked about that play just as kind of offshooting, or am I bringing up a
no.
subject?
Yeah, I'm an open book. I'm good with it. So, well, I mean, it was one of those things. When I was lined up back there was a lot of things that sort of fell into place. The plan wasn't to run a fake punt.
Yeah,
but.
Like it wasn't just a straight up, we're going to run a fake.
No, correct.
There are occasions
it was
hey,
pin it deep for us and make him go the length of the field.
Right.
Instead, I gave him half a field. But no, it was strange though because I was lining up. I was like, that's weird. They haven't really got anyone on the right side, which is my kicking leg. Which normally the pressure would come from that side. And I'm thinking, all right, so they're definitely in like a hold up look. So they're probably a little bit safe. But then I was like, hold on, they've got 2 returners back there and they rarely went safe. Illinois wasn't really a punt safe looking team. They were very much return or rush, but it was predominantly return. So I'm looking back, they've got 2 returners. I'm like, oh, okay, so they're definitely in return. They're not just trying to, rush it or play safe. Yeah. And then we're looking at it and like there's only 10 on the field and they've got 2 returners and there's no one on the right edge. So it all sort of just went in. And as soon as I caught it, I was like, there's no one there. Like there's literally 0 people in front of me. So I stepped and then all of a sudden I thought, I'm out. Like, let's go. Let's see if we can.
Because, once you saw that there was space, then the question was, can you win?
I mean, it was strange because you look back on it and we think if we'd known, or the guys in front of me had truly known that
that was a fake,
that I ended up running it.
It'd have been easy.
Yeah, no doubt, which is,
Here's my question though. So since there's only 10 guys on the field, right? If you were running it and you get to the sideline and some dude runs off the sideline and tackles you, is that illegal?
Ooh, I don't know that. I don't think so. I don't think you can come off the sideline, but maybe because there was only 10.
There's only 10 on the field.
That would be,
bro. You would have gotten your hold from the sideline.
That'd be a crazy trick play. But in fact, I forget the running back or the linebacker's name. Right, 17, I think. He just. I mean, it was pure luck. He just happened to turn.
Yeah. I don't know how he made that.
Because we had, I'm pretty sure when I was looking back on it, I haven't watched the film back for a while on that one, obviously. But I'm pretty sure one of our guys, I think it was Stolsky, he shed him so well that he fell over.
He spun around.
He's meant to like hold up Stolsky and be on him, but he fell over and looked up and just saw me running with the ball.
So unfortunate.
And then it got to the point where I was like, I'm over the line of scrimmage, I can't punt it.
Yeah, now it's over.
Yeah, it's either I make it or I don't.
Yeah.
So I didn't make it.
So now, and maybe you don't want to. What was when you got to the sideline? What was it like? Did PJ just scream at you? Did he say, "Hey, I understand what you saw"?
No, I mean, it probably helped that I was a 50-year, 30-year-old senior at that point. Yeah. But he just came up to me. We haven't really spoken about it a whole lot since it happened.
Yeah.
He just looked at me and said, "Next time, make it."
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And I mean, I think it was one of those things where there was enough going on. I felt worse when they scored from the following drive. I didn't get the first down.
Right.
There's plenty of times
where there were circumstances where you seal the game.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily like we were deep in our own territory. Like they didn't have to move it 20 yards. They had to move it about 60. But it was the fact they scored straight away, and I was pretty down on myself for a second there. And but in saying that, we still had the field goal after that we had to kick and make. So I knew that the job wasn't done. I mean, what could I do at that point?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I was disappointed that it was probably my fault. To an extent. I mean, people will be like, "No, it's not your fault," but like, you can't help but feel that way.
And people don't know how it works sometimes because people lost their mind. Like, why would PJ call a fake punt? They're terrible time for a fake punt. And it really wasn't that. Right? It wasn't like he said, "Hey, fake the punt."
No, he didn't. He had no idea.
He was probably just as confused as everybody else on the sideline.
He was thinking, what the? But he would have been thinking, "Oh, go."
Yeah, right.
And then
it's like the old, the guy shoots a 28-footer with 18 on the shot clock. No, and then it goes in. Oh, great.
The funny thing, I can talk about it now as well, is that I actually cracked my humerus.
Is that on that play?
From that play. And I played the last 4 weeks with a broken arm.
The humerus is which bone?
Between the shoulder and the elbow.
On that play?
Yeah.
Did you know when you got tackled, did it hurt right off?
Nah, the adrenaline was flying. I was like, I'm a bit ginger. Like, that should be right, though. Like, a little bit of a stinger. A little bit of a stinger should be right. And then I remember getting off the plane and I was thinking, this is sore. I said, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Never got any better.
So x-rays when you got back?
After the season.
So you didn't even know for the whole year?
The last 4 games, we were doing treatment for it, but we wanted to make sure that it was what we thought it was, and it was.
Gotcha.
So,
my gosh.
Yeah, we changed it up.
It's that Aussie in him.
That is nuts.
I was thinking, surely, like, I remember I was pretty excited. Like, I'm in the treatment room. I'm with the guys that have to do some extra work. I'm like waking up at 6.
Rehab time.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, all right, like I'm one of the lads. You know what I mean? Like, oh, how are you feeling? You feeling good? Yeah, I feel all right. But then, after a while, I was like, maybe I'm being a wimp. You know what I mean? But luckily, the X-ray said that I wasn't. So,
been great. You kicked the X-ray. Nothing's wrong, sir.
Yeah.
It's all looking great.
No, we fixed it.
One more quick sponsor mention. We want to mention Onyx Fish from Onyx Map. The weather is now warming up. That means it's time to put your augers away and it's time to grab the boat. Let Onyx Fish help you find the next best bite. The Fish app offers the most comprehensive fishing tool for increasing your success. Use the Fish app to find new places to fish and sort by lake, species, abundance, trophy, and keeper potential. Onyx Fish also shows you hotspots, lake-by-lake regulations, private and public land ownership, and more. And right now, download Onyx Fish on the App Store. Go to onyxmaps.com/fish to get more information about the app that is changing the game of fishing. You guys fish?
Yeah, but not really.
Did either you go to the Ottertail County thing?
I did not know.
Yeah, I know.
I've really only done any like sort of. From Australia, it's more deep sea fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad loves it.
He goes out deep sea fishing. Yeah.
Yeah. My dad will fish however he can, really.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And your parents came back and visited a few times.
Yep.
I know you mentioned to me one time that New York seemed to be their favorite
Mom loves
spot.
New York.
Yeah. So when they come and visit, they'll head there. And
they fly into New York and then they spend a week there and then they come down for the games. But we played Rutgers, so they were loving that. They stayed there for a week and a half because we had the bye, I think, before Rutgers or after Rutgers. One of the two.
I think after. I can't remember.
Yeah. But anyway.
I'll go before just to go the opposite direction.
They had the bye before us.
I don't know.
And we had the bye after, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, and anyway, either way, they were loving it up there, and they're coming back to see me graduate in 2 months.
Yeah, with your master's, and what was it again?
Human resources, not resources, resources.
Human resources, industrial relations.
Yeah. So maybe you can break some news for us too today, Mark Crawford.
Ooh.
I'm watching the pro day today, and I noticed you were spending a lot of time right next to Kevin O'Connell, Vikings head coach.
Yeah.
Did he give you any info on who might be the next free agent signing and who's going to be the backup quarterback now?
No, I mean, there was actually a point where I just sort of walked into a conversation and said, it's great to see you here, nice to meet you, all that good stuff. And then he says, where are you from? Blah, blah, blah. And we got talking, and then I was like, I don't want to interrupt anything. I'm sure you're here to watch people. He's like, I'm not here to watch people. I got stuff. I trust my staff. But yeah, he was obviously there for good reason, and just making sure, keeping tabs on everything. And yeah, he's way taller than I thought he would be. Yeah. He's a tall bloke.
Yeah, he was, quarterback at San Diego State and the Patriots. I suppose he's 6'3", 6'4".
He's taller than that. He's taller than that. He's probably 6'5".
Yeah,
he's taller than me, and I'm taller than Crawford.
Okay. Yeah, well, I looked over and I'm like, Crawford's striking up a conversation with the head coach, and it wasn't like a 3-minute deal. It was.
Yeah, I sort of did that, and then everyone left. Yeah. I was like, here we go, buckle up, baby.
Like at one point you had like 2 footballs in your hand, and you're like throwing them out there for the quarterback. And at the same time, just talking to the Vikings head coach.
Yeah, it was awesome. Good. Yeah, great guy.
One other thing for Kesich now. Yes. The Timberwolves are trying to pass the Golden State Warriors to get out of the play-in game. And so last night, the Warriors did not have Steph Curry, and so everyone thought the Milwaukee Bucks should beat them and the Wolves would pass them. What happened to your Milwaukee Bucks last night?
Listen. We're down to one center, and he's 36-year-old Brook Lopez, right? Jericho Sims just got surgery. Bobby Portis is out for the rest of the season for getting suspended or whatever. So we're a playoff team. We have a lot of playoff players. Damian Lillard, a lot of experience in the playoffs. Giannis.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about Giannis, and he's having an MVP caliber season. Yeah. So I like our chances. However, when Julius Randle's playing for the Timberwolves, I don't like our chances because they're like, 13-0 when Julius Randle plays or some obnoxious stat like that.
They had won 11 straight when Randle played.
Yeah, like what?
But they did lose the other night to this Pacers team that had for their first 6 guys out.
We lost to the Pacers as well because they lost in a game-winning 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost in a 4-point play game winner by Tyrese Halliburton. Yeah. And I've never wanted to break something so bad in my life.
Tyrese didn't even play against the Wolves Monday, so 4 of their 5
that
starters.
Makes it even worse,
4 of their 5 starters were out for the Pacers.
Yeah.
Their 5th starter played in the game, then got booted out when he and
Gobert, right?
Gobert got into it. And then their 6th man, their 6th leading scorer, fouled out late in the game. So they were playing, but they had I forget.
Nemhard.
Some dude.
Dude, he makes me angry.
And then who's the old white dude that's their point guard? Not
O'Connell. McConnell. Something McConnell,
so he's hitting threes, and then...
That's what I'm saying. They don't miss.
What's Oppie, whatever?
Opie Topin.
Yeah, he hits
Toppin,
like 6 threes.
Yeah, well, that's how it was. Every time the Pacers play us, that's how it turns out. They just always shoot well from the 3. And that's like the Mavs. The Mavs might have to start forforfeiting games. Yeah. Because they don't have enough people.
And they can't add people because they're cap space.
They can add Mito.
They can add you. You play for the
Rams. You can shoot 3. That's same.
I can shoot threes, and I can dunk. And I'm better than Mike Stevens. I can dunk. I can.
You're 6'5"?
6'4", 04.
Okay.
So 6'4" and 4 milliinches. What is it?
You don't go.
Listen, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel, and I'm gonna start going to these games and let them know that I can play for them.
And we know the athleticism that you have. We talked about Crawford's fake punt. What about that beautiful fake field goal?
That counted. It should have counted.
I think you barely got the ball across.
Listen, I tell Cody Lindenberg this all the time, right? If I would have trained for it, I would have gotten more than him on bench. I would have ran a faster 40 than him. But that was a successful 2-point conversion. Yeah. And you cannot. Why do they not have pylon cams?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I know
it
for a
was
fact.
in an NFL stadium. They should have.
When I tell you a sharp pain shot up my spine after I landed on my butt,
it's because of the blue paint in the end zone.
Dude, but I know I reached the ball. Coach Fleck, dude, you can reach the ball on 2-point plays. So I jump over those 2 guys and I reach it. And I was like, okay, I'm good. And they say, no good. And then I come off from the sideline. Coach Fleck's just dying laughing. He's like, hey, you good? Like, were you in? I was like, I think so. You were like, it hurt so bad. It shot up like from my tailbone going all the way up to my neck.
I thought you were in on the replay, but I think I did remember saying on the air that I don't know if they'll overturn it.
Yeah,
had they called it good, I don't think they would have said it was no good. I think they just had to stay with the play on the field. Were you supposed to throw that one?
Yeah, I was supposed to throw it to Callerup, but I was like, he's guarded here. Like, what do I do? Like, I haven't played running back since 6th grade, you know. So I had like 21 touchdowns that year, but it was like, do I tuck it and run? Do I just like throw it out of bounds? And I was like, I don't know when I'm going to get this opportunity again. And I was like, they're diving at my legs. There's no way I'm dropping a shoulder because I'm just going to fall forward. Yeah, but I should have dove forward. Like, why did I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
hindsight.
It's funny when a situation like that happens. Same with me and the punt. The fake punt. I'm thinking, I should have done that. Yeah. Well, in the moment, like, you can't really change that.
Yeah, but we also had another fake perfectly drawn up.
Yeah.
It's like 3rd and 4, and this one has to be on the right hash. We're on the right hash, and we run like a sweep with Darius Taylor, and he takes it like 20 yards. And I was like, God, goodness.
Yeah, that was that on a
extra point.
Extra point.
But when I tell you, I've never been so nervous in my life was for this fake. Yeah. I run out there, and they're like, all right, let's run it. And I'm just like...
So remind me what happened. You had to. Why don't I remember this play?
The fake.
Yeah,
the one where I wasn't good.
No, the one that you made.
I didn't make one. I'm saying we had it. Like we had another.
We had a fake, but it had to be on the right hash.
It had to be on the right hash.
That's why I don't remember. You didn't do it.
We didn't do it, but it had to be on the right hash.
And it was like 3rd and long on the right hash, and then
Darius sweeps it for 20 yards, and I was like, God, goodness. And that one was, I take it up the A gap.
Gotcha. So you're saying on 3rd down, they were telling you we're going to run the fake on the sideline.
Like, get ready. Like, we could run it here.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's when you were nervous.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, for the one we ran, I was nervous. The one we ran from the PAT, when I tell you, like, I thought I was going to drop the snap, how nervous I was. I was like, am I going to get my head taken off here? Like, am I going to throw an interception? Like, are they going to take it back? And I was like, holy moly.
Well, I like to say that I have more rushing yards than Dragan Kesich in Gopher football, so...
Yeah, but they didn't score after I didn't do mine.
Ooh, you guys are vicious. Yeah, you guys are vicious. Well, hey, I'll let you guys go. It was fun. I enjoyed as you guys know, I enjoyed always having you on this podcast. When you guys come back, we'll do it again.
Beauty.
It was always fun to watch you guys play. As you said, Dragan, it's a little bittersweet because now everyone moves on with their life. There's going to be a new punter and a new kicker for the Gophers that we'll all have to get to know next year.
Oh yeah.
But you guys will not be forgotten, that's for sure.
Thank you for everything. I mean, it's been a pleasure. Gopher fans, thank you for everything. Now let's get ready for the 2025 season. I'm excited to see these guys ball. So
yeah, it should be a fun year for sure. Mark,
big time.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks to everyone over the course of the 5 years, and you guys, some of the greatest people in Minnesota. So thank you.
Awesome. Sounds good. It's episode 163.
My thanks again to former Gopher specialist Dragan Kesich and Mark Crawford. I hope you enjoyed hearing that conversation as much as I enjoyed being a part of it. They're two of our favorites. Episode 163 is presented by Sunbelt Business Advisors and True North Mergers and Acquisitions. If you're buying or selling a business, visit sunbeltminnesota.com or tnma.com. We're also partnered with Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union, a locally member-owned full-service financial invested in you. You can learn more at affinityplus.org/Go Gophers, affinityplus.org/Go Gophers. They have an award-winning mobile app, so check that out as well. OnX Maps also sponsors our show with OnX Fish. Happy fishing. Again, I'd invite you to listen to past podcasts, and please right now click that subscribe button to the Go Gopher Podcast. It's free to subscribe and free to listen at any time. And please share the link to the podcast with others so they can subscribe and listen as well. And if you enjoyed the podcast, please let us know with some positive feedback on your social media channels. We'll talk again next week.